Hey, what's up? First off, the packs themselves are nicely varied in scope. There's a clothing and architecture focused pack that reaches into the North Pacific region, and a map and landmark pack that sprinkles legendary Asian monuments across the world, and a court clothing pack that leans heavily into medieval Chinese and neighboring cultures, pageantry. The North Pacific package brings a surprising amount of detail for cultures that don't always get a ton of spotlight in games. We're talking multiple Ainu and Emishi inspired outfits with many variants, some East Arctic and Nivkh clothing, a proper armor set, legwear options for commoners and nobles, a straw cape, a grab bag of hats, a handful of new buildings like temples, tribal settlements, and walls, and even a small unit set with several models. If you like dressing characters to reflect regional identity or want your northern rims of the map to feel distinct, this pack has real depth. The East Asian Wonders pack is the kind of content that makes the map feel lived in and historically resonant. Instead of just adding a small visual tweak, this pack places on-map representations of famous sites and structures. Everything from the Great Buddha of Kamakura to Angkor Wat, from Halong Bay to the Jurchen Observatory. A whole roster of monuments and landmarks that make provinces feel like they carry their own backstory. It's the sort of thing that changes how you experience a campaign at a glance. You'll notice where trade, religion, and prestige could have taken root just by glancing at the geography. And longtime players who love immersion will appreciate the level of research and selection behind the list. Then there's the Celestial Court Attire pack, which leans into courtly fashion across a number of historical cultures. It includes Ming Dynasty nobility clothing and nobles' dress and hairpin crown. But the pack doesn't stop at a single empire. It expands to Uyghur robes and crowns, Tangut high nobility outfits, Khitan Liao crowns and noble hats, Dali garments and crowns, Jurchen headdresses, and Silla crowns as well. That breadth means you can deck out a wide range of rulers and courtiers in garb that matches cultural provenance rather than default generic garments, which is excellent for roleplayers and storytellers who want visual cues that match their narratives. All three of these creator packs are community-made creations by modders who clearly put time into both historical references and visual variety, and they've been packaged officially, so they're available through the normal DLC storefront channels. The announcement and rollout were covered across community spaces, so if you're curious about the creators or want to see the detailed lists, there are official descriptions and images that lay everything out. Now, for anyone making content or just wanting to build a story around your next campaign, the real hook here is choice and authenticity. The North Pacific pack doesn't just give you a single cold climate outfit, it gives multiple variants so your Ainu-inspired nobles don't all look identical, and it adds buildings and even a small unit set so those northern regions have a tangible cultural signature. The East Asian Wonders pack is the map-level equivalent. Rather than a few decorative extras, it introduces over 20 distinct monuments and landscape pieces that can drastically alter the visual identity of a run across East and Southeast Asia. And Celestial Court Attire functions like a detailed wardrobe expansion for multiple diplomatic courts, letting you signal rank, ethnicity, and political ambition through clothing choices in a way that's immediate and satisfying to look at. If you're the type who pays attention to modder credits, it's also nice to see the community spotlighted. Each pack lists its creator and their style, and those creators have been contributors to the CK3 cosmetic ecosystem for a while, which shows in the polish. The variety of materials, from armor pieces to ornate headdresses and campus-level landmarks, means content creators can mix and match visuals to tell new stories. Swap a Ming robe onto a claimant, and suddenly the political stakes of a marriage look different. Place an Angkor-style monument in a backwater province, and that county's value feels elevated. All of this is presented as optional cosmetic content, but strong cosmetic additions in a grand strategy game are more than decoration. They become shorthand for narrative context. From a technical standpoint, the update appears as a recorded change list, and the usual game data was updated, so the release path looks standard and clean. The community pages and storefront listings show what's included and provide screenshots and descriptions for each item, which helps when showcasing the additions or building a visual overview. If you're presenting this on video, there's a lot of material to highlight. Character models, building designs, close-ups of crowns and hairpieces, and sweeping views of landmarks sitting proudly on the campaign map. Wrapping up, what stands out most is how these packs work together to broaden the game's visual palette in complementary ways. Clothes that give characters identity, monuments that give the map personality, and court attire that enriches the drama of succession and diplomacy. For anyone who enjoys visual storytelling in their playthroughs, this release offers a rich set of tools to shape the look and feel of dynasties and their worlds. That's essentially what arrived in this update. A focused, visually rich collection of creator packs that add cultural detail across clothing, buildings, units, and landmarks, expanding the atmosphere and immersion of Crusader Kings III without changing the core gameplay itself.